Alright, so this is part 2 to the video I did last week. If you didn't see that video, what I'm doing is I'm taking all the Pokemon that have evolution lines, and I'm making their evolution lines share the same color palettes so that they seem more related to each other, because some Pokemon change colors drastically when they evolve. So by making their colors the same, it's kind of making them seem more alike, so that the evolution lines make more sense, in a way. And you can skip over this part if you want, but I need to address a few things about the last video. First of all, I forgot about Dragonite somehow, so I'm going to be starting with Dragonite in this video, even though the rest of it is going to be Johto Pokemon. Second of all, there's a lot of times in the last video where I didn't show the pre-evolutions that I was talking about, so some people weren't sure exactly what the colors or what they were supposed to look like. I'm going to try and show them all this time. And lastly, some people were upset that some of the results of the last video looked really bad and that I wasn't actually fixing anything, and I said Pokemon, but they actually make sense and stuff. I just used that because it sounded like it made the video sound interesting. You don't have to agree with what's going on here. This isn't an objective thing. This is just simply making their color palettes match so that they look more similar. Whether or not you think they look better in the end is up to you. I'm not literally saying this is how it would make sense. Yeah, just try and watch the video and take it all in and that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're going to be starting with Dragonite. This is obviously with the Dratini color scheme, because Dratini and Dragonair are virtually identical, and then Dragonite just looks completely out of place, including its color scheme. This gives it that blue color scheme, which I honestly think looks pretty good, and obviously would work better than the random orange that Dragonite has. Moving on, we've got Meganium. I didn't include Bayleaf because it didn't really change much, but Meganium did, just because the flower petals, they were red, but Chikorita doesn't have red in its color scheme, so I made these green. And this is the same thing that happened in the last video of Bulbasaur, another thing I need to address. When I did Venusaur and Ivysaur, I made their plants green because the plant on Bulbasaur is green, but some people were like, no, that's dumb, this sucks because that's how plants work, they change colors. And I was like, right, but that's not the rules here. The rules is that I'm essentially translating the colors of one Pokemon to another, so if one Pokemon's plant is green, the other's is going to be green, regardless of how plants work in real life. I'm not taking that into account. Anyway, here's Croconaw. Not much really changed except for his jaw becoming blue because Totodile's head is all one color, and then for Alligator's pretty much the same. Now obviously these two look worse than usual, but again, I'm not objectively fixing them, I'm just making them seem more close to each other. Anyway, Noctowl here, this is one I actually think looks good. The main difference is that Hoot's little eyebrow things are much darker than Noctowl's, so you can obviously see that here. Aside from that, not much changed, but I do think this looks pretty good. Here's Ariados. This one, honestly, I like its normal colors better. I'm kind of happy regular Ariados changes the green into red. It makes it look more menacing, but this still doesn't look too bad of Spinarak's colors. Then we've got Togetic and Togekiss. Realistically, I shouldn't have included these because they're very similar to what they actually look like, but I do want to note, I changed them from white to beige or tan, because Togepi, only its shell is white. Its actual head and body is beige, but then its evolutions become the color of its egg shell for some reason, so that's just to make this make more sense, because they don't have egg shells surrounding them like Togepi does. Then we got Xatu. The main difference is the wings being darker, because I took that from Natu, obviously. Not much is really else different here, and also, just looking at it at a glance, I do like regular Xatu better, even though not much changes. Here's Skiploom and Jumpluff. I honestly like these better, but I guess that's just because this is pretty much what their shinies look like, now that I think about it. Which makes you wonder why they didn't make the shinies the regular forms, since Hoppip is pink, but I don't know. These look good. Anyway, here's Flaffy and Ampharos. Honestly, Flappy doesn't look bad. Ampharos would look better if the tail was blue, which I was going to do, but again, that's not how this works. Because Mareep's body is blue and its tail is yellow. So when I translate that over to Ampharos, blue body, yellow tail. That's how this works. So that's the result I got. Anyway, we've got a lady in here. Did anything even change? I have no idea. I think its arms are a different color. But we're just going to skip that because not much happened. Sunflora here, the only difference is that he went through a chimney. And I got that color from the brown or black. Oh my, wow. I just had brown and black at the same time. Whatever those colored lines are on Sunkern, I used that to get Sunflora's new face color here. Aside from that, not much really changed. Honchkrow here just looks more bland because it doesn't, or its pre-evolution Murkrow does not have any of the white or other colors that it has, so most of its body now is just blue. Yanmega here looks pretty cool, but honestly I like its regular colors better. And now that I think about it, I think its regular colors are just an inversion of Yanma's in a way, because looking at this, it looks like an inversion of regular Yanmega. Then we've got Mismagius. It's just like a more pale version of regular Mismagius, having Misdreavus's colors. I honestly like regular more with the purple instead of the blue, but it's not too different, I guess. Forretress here. Now this is a little terrible. This looks like a FNAF creature. I wish I didn't say that. Oh, yikes. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind. Oh, wow, I can't recover from that. Okay, well, yeah, this is Forretress with Pineco's colors. Obviously, Pineco is just all blue, so Forretress is now all blue. I'm gonna move on. Please forget what I said a couple seconds ago. Ursaring and Ursaluna. Ursaring didn't change much, just going from brown to orange, and those kind of are the same color in a way, so not much changed. Ursaluna, though, did change quite a bit, and it honestly looks kind of cool. It looks like instead of having mud on it, it now has honey on it, which I think is pretty neat. Then you got Glysaur. It almost looks good, except for the fact that it kind of looks like it was, skinned alive, because the pink of Gligar just looks like that. But for the most part, it's alright, I guess. I'm trying not to butter these up as much as I did in the last video, because there were some people that were, genuinely tweaking over the fact that I called the Butterfree cool looking. I thought it looked cool, but apparently no one else did. Anyway, for a Giraffe here with Giraffurig's colors, looks pretty similar. The only thing is, for a Giraffe, it becomes orange instead of yellow, so this is giving it that yellow back. Then we've got Granbull. Not much really changes, but something does. Honestly, I'm not looking at a reference photo of what it's supposed to look like, but yeah. What I do know is that regular Granbull looks better. Not that I can think off the top of my head what it actually looks like. Anyway, we've got Mamoswine here. It's just all brown now, obviously, because, Swinub and Piloswine are all brown. Doesn't look too bad, but I guess it is cooler in its regular colors because there's more colors. Then we've got Octillery, and I don't care who you are, this has to be one of the coolest ones yet, because considering Octillery is based on a tank, with Remerade's colors, it actually looks like it's metallic, and it actually conveys that whole tank theme a lot better. And if this was its actual colors, then it would probably also be water steel type, which even in its regular colors, since it is like an octopus tank, you'd think it would be water steel. Anyway, I think that one's really cool. Please don't disagree, challenge. Weirdier with Stantler's colors. I accidentally deleted the black background on this one, so it's trying to get blinded by this. Doesn't look too bad, honestly. I guess I kind of like the regular colors more, because when it's pure flowing silver fur, it looks more wise, I guess. Then we got Donphan, which looks kind of cool. Maybe a bit of an eyesore, I guess, because Phanpy's colors are more childish and playful, and they fit because they're on a little baby elephant, but then Donphan takes on a much more, just stern and monotone, no, that's not the monochrome color palette, because it's a lot more angry and stuff, but this still looks decent, I guess. That probably made no sense, but I'm trying my best here, I promise. Lastly, we've got Larvitar. I skipped out Tyranitar because it's pretty much the same colors as Pupitar. Oh, wow. Let's run that back. This is Pupitar. I skipped out on Tyranitar because it's pretty much the same as Larvitar. Anyway, Pupitar is now green instead of blue. Doesn't look bad. Honestly, I kind of like it better. Not much else to really say, though, since it's just a single colored object. Yeah. Well, that's all for now. Hopefully I cleared some things up about the last video. Just, I don't want anyone to become my op. We're all here to watch the video, whether we enjoy it or not. See something new, maybe get your own ideas. I don't know what I'm saying, just thanks for watching. And if you like this, consider liking and subscribing and commenting. And if you didn't like this, tell me what I did wrong, I guess. Don't, like, yell at me. But, okay, the video is going to end right now.